Greetings, brothers and sisters in Christ. Once again, I've come to you this week with the same news that we've had for the last 9 Sundays. We're not going to have in-person worship this coming Sunday. We will not have in-person worship. Now, I almost say we're not going to have live worship, but that wouldn't be true. One of the nice things about our worship services that we are presenting is that they are live and in the moment. We recreate the worship service as we go, both in the contemporary service as well as in the traditional service. And there seems to be a synthesis that kind of forms together as we worship together in the leadership of it that gives a little bit more power to it than if we just videotape bits and pieces of it here and there and then edit it all together. Of course, now that does mean that we run into some snags with live worship every once in a while. Is the internet working well today, or have we remembered our parts? Has somebody forgotten to come up? So we deal with that, but it seems to me that people are saying that it's nice to see a worship service that's very similar to what we were used to before. We're hearing this from not only our members, but from a lot of people who are watching over us while their churches are not able to do the worship services like we are doing. So we're continuing to offer the worship service on television, Facebook live streaming, YouTube live streaming, plus the archives that you can go to later on if you're not able to make it at 9:45 for 3 on the Hill or 11 o'clock in the traditional services. Now, we're still thinking about the possibilities of opening up and inviting people to come and worship with us, but we have a lot of challenges ahead of us. First of all, we've got to find some clearance from the authorities, which are both governmental authorities, medical authorities, denominational authorities. They don't seem to be in line yet, so we wait on that and getting maybe a clearer signal. We also are trying to figure out, how will we maintain a 6-foot social distancing as you enter into church, sitting down, and also exiting. So we're working on those things. How comfortable will it be for everyone to be required to wear a mask for over an hour? I've been experimenting with this during the worship services, and I can tell you that it gets pretty warm under the mask as you go through worship. And how do you sing? We've already been told that when you take a deep breath and sing, you're spreading out droplets further than just normal breathing. And so we'll be asking you to sing with your mask on, which means you'll be singing very lightly or just humming along, if you know what I mean. Our restrooms will probably be closed for the first part of coming back to worship together. These are just a few of the things that we're trying to figure out and to be ready for you when we finally do open up for in-person worship. And it will not be the same as what you're used to. So already have in your mind that you're not going back to normal quite yet. Now today what I want to do is introduce you to some folks who are playing foundational roles in keeping the life of the church open. And they're here almost every day at church. And you don't see them on videos and blogs and writing things of that nature. You don't see them in the worship service, but they're playing an important role. So let's go see if we can find them and visit with them for just a moment. Well, here we are at the end of Wall Street. This is where finances take place and computers. And I want to introduce you to Nancy Newbury, our business administrator. She's the one that's been keeping us afloat, keeping count of the coins and the checks that come in, making sure that they match our expenses. And she does a lot of other things. But first, let's go in there and see Nancy, and then we'll say a little bit more about what she does. Hey, Nancy.
Hello.
This is Nancy's office. This is where she does the finances. Plus, she's the one that's kind of worked the contract out for us to have the Paycheck Protection Plan, and that has been a gruesome ordeal for her to get through. She's also taking care of our insurance and the liability of what it means to open up the church again. She's floating contracts back and forth with Comcast and computers and copiers. Yes, we still use paper occasionally, and the copiers sometimes go on the fritz. Plus, she's always in touch with all of our administrative assistants, making sure they're they're still being able to work from home and having all the things that they have. So Nancy, thank you for allowing us to visit with you today.
Thank you.
And you can see on her computer the Georgia Capitol, I assume
Yes.
that's. So she's busy keeping up with all the contracts for us. Thank you, Nancy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right.
Hey, everybody.
Well, I had to look hard to find these two guys because they're all over the buildings. Wesley Hall, this main sanctuary, the chapel, the educational building. You never know where you're going to find them. But here we have our facilities manager, Tommy Capers, and our custodial manager, Jerome Edwards. And they are here every day taking care of small things. It's amazing that when people are not using things, they still break.
Absolutely.
And so Tommy is the one that has to come around and fix these things and take care of them. He's also become our hand sanitizer procurement officer. And so he's got a storage of secret hand sanitizers for us. Now, Jerome's the one that gets to spread the hand sanitizer around. He's spraying things. In fact, today I think y'all were experimenting with spraying the pews.
Exactly.
So they'll be ready for us whenever we open up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just trying to make sure the finish will look nice.
And they didn't want me to say this, but if you notice, they're wearing the same shirt and the same mask. So it's a team effort here. You guys want to say anything? Oh.
No, well, it's been a weird time with not having people here, but we look forward to when we get back.
Pretty much the same. We're looking forward to everybody coming back. We're gonna have it ready for you.
All right. Okay. Well, let's see what else we can find. Well, I just wanted to introduce the staff that's been really keeping the infrastructure going for us during these last 9 weeks. Tomorrow morning, I have an opportunity to speak to the mission team in India. Our team went over and met with those folks and saw the ministries of Hope for Today with Peter Pereira. And they've invited me to give a devotional for that team that's still there in India and taking care of the needs in that country. And so as we think about the difficulties that we're going through here in America and the things that we have to put up with, let us remember the brothers and sisters in other places, that they're going through the same and even tougher situation and circumstances. So as we end today, I would ask you to be in prayer for those who continue to preach the gospel in India, in Venezuela, Togo, Jamaica, Honduras, and many of the other places that we support, and places that we don't support, but are still continuing to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ in spite of the coronavirus. God bless you.